Hi, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hello. So excited to be joining you today. So, I want to go ahead and just jump right into it. As people begin to join in, we'll just go from there. But hi, happy Friday. So, those that may not know me, my name is Audrey Watson. I am a career coach, and I'm coming to you today to share my story. I am an HR professional, and HR is actually my second career. Yes, my second career. So, my journey in HR started by way of starting back with grad school. So, before I even continue with that, I wanted you guys to know a little of my background in social services. But the topic for today is pretty much how I am an HR game changer and how I took the leap of faith and just changed careers, and HR really targeted my personality. With that being said, I'm going to drop in there a link to my Acuity scheduler. Feel free to schedule some time so that we can chat. I love to speak with you, understand some of the challenges you may be having with your HR journey, and how you have actually started, looking at job searches and job boards, et cetera, and just partner with you and be able to assist you. So that's my immediate action plan. But today is really about sharing my background, my story, and how I became a game changer in HR. So social services is it's a field that I went to school for. I have my bachelor's in sociology, and with that, I decided, you know what, a lot of people told me, when you finish your bachelor's, you need to, go right on to graduate study if you're going to actually do graduate studies. If you're going to go to school, you need to complete your undergrad and then go into graduate school. So what I did was I decided to work, and it worked perfectly, because once I started working in social services, I immediately realized that it was not the career that I wanted. I was advancing, but it just wasn't presenting my personality. So what I did was I decided to go to grad school, and I took up HR development as well as management. So I have a dual degree. However, how many of you know that it's not about your academics these days? It's really about on-the-job training. So although I was going to grad school and I was obtaining, working on my academics, I did not have this experience that employers wanted. So during the last few months of my graduate studies, I started networking. I found out about an organization called SHRM. It stands for, it's Society of Human Resources Management. And I found out that there were local chapters where I could network with other HR professionals. So I started doing that, as well as I had to work on my dissertation. So I had to do some live research. So I found in my local community, there is a manufacturing organization called Firestone Building Products. And so hi Deborah, hey cuz. So I decided to interview the HR coordinator there, and with me interviewing her on my dissertation, she then a few months later remembered me and actually called me for an interview for a HR entry-level role and payroll clerk. And that's how I began my HR journey. It was seamless, it seemed at the time, but I didn't know that I was actually a game changer. And so with that being said, I just decided that, hey, I'm going to take the bull by his horn. And I just worked my way up from that opportunity. And let me backtrack real quick. I also did a internship. I did an internship at Toys R Us. Yay, Toys R Us. Yes, they gave me the opportunity, and they are dear to my heart to this day. I actually, in addition to doing a dissertation and got my networking, being able to network my way into HR, I also did the seasonal internship. Toys R Us is phenomenal. Every year around the holidays, they posted a seasonal opportunity where they bring in an entry-level HR person, and they give you like a 3-hour training, at the time. And then from there, I was able to learn I-9s. I was able to understand looking at application processes. And from there, just really start learning the administrative side of HR. At the time, guys, I wasn't even aware that I was actually really building the skills that I really needed fundamentally to be in HR, but I was. And so as I worked my way through that seasonal opportunity, I got the opportunity to work at Firestone Building Products, again, by networking. It had nothing to do with my master's degree, because remember, as I told you, I didn't even have my master's yet. I was still in graduate school. And so the opportunities that were coming up required experience, but it's all about who you know, and that's really what sells you. So as I built my education, my graduate studies, on-the-job training is really what got me into HR. By, understanding the world of HR, looking at the different SHRM locations, site chapter locations, finding the who's who in business, as well as the operational side, really looking at HR blogs, really, speaking the lingo of an HR professional. That's what branded me. And I wanted to share, oftentimes I have people reach out to me on LinkedIn and say, hey, you're in HR, what did you do? And I had to really start brainstorming and say, okay, I really am an HR game changer. I really did that, I really, started looking at the network of HR and started looking at, blogs, and really started diving into what's being said. So the other component I wanted to share with you guys, again, I'm going to put a link into my Acuity. It's a scheduling program. You can go in and click the link, and you'll be able to, hey there, thank you, be able to share, click on the link and, schedule some time with me. If you are not in HR, feel free to share this video with your friends. There's so many people that are trying to break in this field and they don't know how to do it. They're being told, you have to have X, Y, you have to have a certain amount of years of experience. The job descriptions are telling you guys that. And I'm telling you, it's not even necessary. You got this. And I'm a career coach and I can help you along the way. But enough with that. I wanted to also share that although I have my master's in HR and as well as management, what I found in research is it's only 20% of your academics that land you into your career search. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the video. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you. And so what I want, you guys to do is I want you to share this, not only the video, but I also want you to, those of you that are really, really, really diving in, looking for your next HR opportunity, I want you to understand that it's power in what you know. There's power in reading. Of course, we all say that and we all know that, but reading is fundamental, and it's really viable when you speak the lingo of another HR professional. Because sometimes when you present your resume is really a collage of what you've done, but you need to showcase. There are things, when I speak with colleagues, oftentimes they have done some HR related duties, but none of that is reflected on their resume. And so where I come in is I help my clients, I help them dive in to really pull out the things that they have done that are HR essential and really brand their resume. So some other things I wanted to share with you guys after I started my journey in HR by way of Firestone Building Products. I have several of you that know Firestone Building Products and where I worked. I don't mind sharing the companies that I worked at. I also utilize every project, everything that I learned on those jobs, and I branded myself and presented and took myself to the next level on some of the other jobs that I had. So my last job that I've been doing, and I do a lot of consulting work with different companies, et cetera. Again, my academics had nothing to do to, very limited details and exposures for where I am now. Oftentimes within networking, I speak with other colleagues. I do a lot of networking with different recruiting organizations. By trade, I'm an HR professional as well as a talent acquisition professional. So oftentimes I'm able to, recruit. I'm able to do workforce planning, et cetera. And all of that came, guys, from my getting at Toys R Us. I mean, I started at Toys R Us, recruiting, going to the unemployment office and just helping people with group interviewing. And all of that came out naturally because, as you can tell, I love to chat. And I love to engage, and that's the art of HR. So in order for you to be a really good, successful HR professional, there are some key elements. The things that I bring, forth with my clients is I want to know if they're an effective communicator. I want to know if they have passion for people, because oftentimes HR gets a bad rep. And it's not because, they're bad people. It's just sometimes the human element has kind of gone on the wayside. So I, want to make sure there's fundamentally behavioral entities to make sure that that person is really sound as a client, as well as be able to showcase if they have the behavioral styles that would help them build their brand as an HR professional. So with that being said, that's, pretty much what I do to showcase and help my clients. So again, at the end of this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to chime in below and let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate all of you and your support, and thank you again, Sean, for that. Yes, I got my master's degree, and no, it wasn't recent. It's been quite a while ago. But let's see here. Sean has a question for me. He says, got my master's in HR recently and trying to get in. Thanks for doing the video. You got it, Frat. Got it. And then said, what about SHRM? That seems a must. How important, and how can I really study for it? So Sean, if you can chime in, I know you're in Texas. What area of Texas are you in? That's important. So you can go to SHRM.org. It's SHRM.org, and you would then put in your city. Then they will then show you all of the local SHRM chapters. What I recommend you do, because there is a annual membership fee. There's a SHRM national fee, as well as there is a SHRM local chapter fee. If there is more than one chapter in your area, I recommend you visit all of them and find the ones that are very active. You also want to do a targeted search. You're going to want to narrow down the top, let's say 3 to 5 companies that you want to work for. Look at their business, their culture, their benefits, everything that would make you sound as a, Dallas, gotcha. So what I recommend you do is find all of the SHRM chapters, the local chapters in Dallas. Dallas is a pretty big area, and I know there's a lot of opportunity there. So I recommend you do that. I recommend you find the SHRM chapters, and you can also schedule a call with me. I'm going to have my Acuity scheduler link attached to this message, and I recommend that you and I can talk offline. But first takeaways is for you to definitely get acclimated to your local SHRM. When I walked in there with my little Toys R Us shirt years ago, I mean, I felt like I was one of the youngest professionals in the building, but I'm telling you, it was phenomenal because I got to meet other HR directors. I shared my resume with them. I was able to share with them some of the latest and greatest updates in HR, because I was speaking the HR language. So they didn't care if I was still in graduate school. I was speaking their language, and that's all that matters. It's not about what you know, guys. It's about who you know. And I know we hear that a lot, but I'm telling you, that's how I became an HR game changer. It's all about who you know and what you're able to speak. If you're able to speak their language and share with them the latest changes in employment laws, etc., then they want you on their team because they know you're good on your craft. So that's one thing. So getting back to you, Sean, real quick. Once you find the chapters, if there's more than one chapter, by all means, shop around. See the engagement. See how... any upcoming events, because they're always hosting events. Other things they do, Sean, is they have topics for each SHRM chapter meeting. There's a topic. They may have an employment attorney come in and speak different things, up changes in your area, etc. You're going to want to have your business cards. I recommend you go to Vistaprint, create some personalized or some personalized yet professional business cards. And so when you speak with everyone, you start passing out your card. You start getting their business card, and you start connecting with them. You start sharing with them, your interests, and have a targeted approach. If you're really into recruiting, Sean, talk about why you're interested in recruiting, and you like the sales approach, etc. And then go from there. Yes, certification. Yeah. Certification has nothing to do with you joining. As long as you're an HR professional, matter of fact, really, as long as you pay the money, they can care less. You're gonna, once you find the chapter in Dulles, you're just gonna sign up. They'll tell you, and according to it's already February, so you're fine. You can just, log in. Once they give you the details, pay up front. Now, some chapters are more expensive than others. The ones that are more expensive typically are the ones that's very active, Sean. So you want to keep that in mind. You really want to be in a chapter that's very strong. They're always doing stuff, because those are going to be the most in networking and engaging chapters, and those are going to be the ones that's going to take you to the next level, because people cycle in and out. And some, like here in my area, I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, metro area, and there are a plethora of different SHRM chapters here. Matter of fact, the corporate office is located here in Alexandria, Virginia. So, of course, you get to network. There's VPs of HR there. And even if they don't have anything, Sean, immediately for you to sign up, they will keep you in mind. If you're not, if you're like, say you're interested in recruiting and you talk to VP of HR and she remembers you, she's going to then, think about you when she has an opportunity, or someone, reaches out to her. She's going to be one of those that reaches out to you. So another thing I want to share real quickly in my journey to HR, my most engaging roles that I've landed have all been through networking. Not only at Firestone, not only at Toys R Us, but also, guys, my journey in HR, like when I became a senior technical recruiter, I became a recruiter because I actually went to dinner with one of a VP of a company, didn't even know she was a VP. One of my girlfriends invited me, and I actually, hey Lee, how you doing? It's been years, man. What she did was she invited me. We went out. We hung out with this lady and her girlfriend. We talked and started talking a little bit of HR, and I told her how I was interested in HR. And she was like, well, technical HR. She was giving me pointers, and I thought she was really good and really sharp, but didn't know this lady was the level that she was in. But because I engaged in the conversation and really shared where I was currently, what I was trying to do, I kid you not, guys, 2 months later, she called me and said, hey, I have this recruiting opportunity, and pretty much said, it's yours if you want it. All about networking. Again, she didn't ask about my my graduate degree. She didn't ask about, how many years of experience I had. She just sat and listened to, some of the things that I was sharing, and was able to then, when the opportunity presented itself a couple of months later, then I joined the team, and I was at the company for almost 7 years. So again, I can't say enough. The last couple of clients that reached out to me, they, was struggling to get into HR, and not until the third or fourth client reached out to me by way of LinkedIn that I realized, I'm like, you know what? This is something that I can brand and sell in my business. And again, just for you that are joining, my business is BU. It is a career coaching business, and again, I'm here to help support. So let me jump back in real quick to make sure I didn't miss any other questions. Sean, did I answer your questions? If so, put in a little, yes, you did. Any other questions, you know how to reach me. Again, you can just click on my Acuity button. And what I'm going to do is have where anyone that want to have any discovery calls with me, really want to chat and dive deeper into what's been going on in their HR search, I'm willing to partner with you and talk with you, okay? So, again, it looks like I don't have any other questions, guys, and I certainly don't want to take up anyone else's time. But it looks like I answered your question, Sean. So again, it's all about networking. You got this, Frat. You know, it's just all about, you know, just really targeting what you want to do in HR and go from there. Does anyone else have any questions? Oh, perfect. Thanks, Sean. Okay, doesn't look like I have any other questions. So, so with that being said, again, I wanted to just really share my journey in HR. I really wanted to just dive deep as to how I became an HR professional. I'm going to, again, save this recording. Those of you that are joining, please, by the way, share this recording with your friends. And if you know anyone that's trying to get in the HR field and been really struggling and challenging, hey, Sonia, you know, really, you know, share this video and say, you know, after you've seen this video, please share it with them, and then I'll be able to coordinate with them directly. But again, thank you for your time. And it looks like I do not have any more questions, guys. It's been such a pleasure speaking with you. I talked about the local SHRM. I've talked about researching HR articles, Sean, just so you know, that would be great. And let's see what else. I shared with you about all of my my initial jobs, and I'm trying to think if there anything else. So, and if you have any other questions, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section. I look forward to speaking with you. I'm going to be on next week. We're going to dive deeper into some other topics, so stay posted. Make sure you set your notification alerts so that anytime I jump on live, and I will be doing this consistently over the next few weeks, because I really want to engage and I really want to help others. So with that being said, hey girl, happy Friday. So with that being said, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, again, share this video, please. Share this video, guys. Thank you so much. God bless. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye-bye.